We have multiple witnesses who state that Solomon Spalding wrote his Manuscript Found, not Manuscript Story, but Manuscript Found was written on detached sheets of foolscap paper. Well, a few months ago, BYU University undertook a review of our book. They devoted nearly 130 pages to the review. And the review was written mainly by a gentleman by the name of Mr. Roper. And he tried to dismiss the use of the foolscap paper, saying that it was just, common in use. And while in a sense he was correct, yes, it was commonly used, the thing is, paper wasn't like paper is today. You say paper and it can mean anything. Back then people were very specific. If somebody said foolscap, it was foolscap sized paper, not the paper that Spalding used for Manuscript Story. If they meant a smaller sized piece of paper, they would say foolscap quarto or quarto cap. So Mr. Roper, at the very least, is making a major misstatement when he says that this was a common type of paper. If it was common type, the witnesses that we have, including Mr. Miller and Mr. McKee, would have said, we saw Spalding writing on quarto type or folio type or whatever. But they didn't. They said, we saw Spalding, and they mean multiple times they saw Spalding writing on foolscap paper. Well, the significance of this can't be understated because it proves that there were multiple manuscripts and not just one single manuscript, as the Mormons point out.
What are you, Art Vanick and Wayne Cowdrey, and your third author, Howard Davis, trying to accomplish with this book?
Well, I would say it's been a long, hard road, as I said before, but we're trying to get at the truth and we're trying to make it available more publicly to the masses. Because unfortunately, over the last 150 years, Mormonism is growing, and the people really need to know what they're dealing with.
Yeah, we want to provide the information that we have in here. It's our goal to provide people with a very valuable and strong resource. Because the Mormons are very good at putting forth their message. They're trying to say that their book, the Book of Mormon, is another testament of Jesus Christ. We're saying, no, it is a plagiarism of a manuscript that was written by a man who was trying to provide a financial legacy for his family before he died. A man who wrote this manuscript to be nothing more than a romantic history of the American Indians. He did not mean it to be plagiarized, transformed, edited into some sort of false religion, which is what has happened to his book. What we care about is, did Spalding write a manuscript? And if he did, was it used by Sidney Rigdon, Oliver Cowdrey, and Joseph Smith to turn it into what we now know as the Book of Mormon? And if so, how can we show it? Now, if it can be proved, and we believe it has been, then as many Mormon apologists and leaders have said over the years, the Mormon faith stands or falls on the Book of Mormon. And they're going all the way back to Parley Pratt throwing down the challenge, who was one of the earliest leaders in the church. They said, if you have evidence, show it to us, and we will look at it. Well, we have shown the evidence, and so far very few have looked at it.